Wow, this is such a wicked spot right here. I could have kept walking, but you know, until I took another break, but I mean, you have to stop here.
Isn't the backcountry magical? Let's see, we got moth. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See, there's a black fly for some reason, and mosquitoes. Where are your peeps, black fly? These are all mosquitoes. Ugh. They're all waiting for me to wake up. They need blood. Oh. I could stay here a day, but I mean, really, these things are pretty much intolerable, so.
Well, it is a beautiful sight. And happily, right now, the bugs aren't attacking me, so hopefully that keeps up for a few hours while I do my morning business and get out of here. I should talk about this before I kind of move on. I don't know, in case you hadn't noticed, yesterday I got bluff charged by a bear. And it has occurred to me to go back. One thing that's kind of driving me forward, well, one reason anyway, is that if I go back, I'm going back right across the trail where the bear was. I mean, I know that's pretty irrational, right? But I fell asleep last night, you know. I was thinking about things. I'm not sure what time it was because I shut my phone off. And then kind of this calm came over me and I was able to sleep. And I mean, it helps that I'm exhausted too, right? And I had some weird dreams. I mean, as an adult, you don't always dream, or maybe they're the same dreams, but this was a totally new, weird dream, right? Like, kind of a nightmare, but not really a nightmare. It was bizarre. And for a little while, any little noise I heard, I would just kind of put my fingers on my ears and yell, you know, "Hey, bear!" Just because I was kind of paranoid. This is also like the worst bear campsite ever, right? Like, just brutal. So yeah, I somehow got to sleep, and I mean, it's ridiculous. Everything's going pretty well on this trip, and then on day 4, out of 14, I get bluff charged. You know, it's pretty crazy. But I'm gonna carry on. I'll just have to deal. It'll take a few days, I think, for things to really sink in. I'll just deal with that as it comes. And let's move on. All right, time to go to Oatmeal. Okay, I did what I came here to do. Needless to say, I'm happy to move on and leave this area. Logic tells me that bear, after I gave it a good fright, probably wouldn't be back for a day or two for the berries or whatever it was after along this trail, but still. All right, finally. Seems like it's been forever the last 12 hours. Let's get out of here. Well, this is what you're dealing with at first. If it had rained last night, I'd already be soaked, because you just have to brush up against all this stuff, right? It kind of makes the hiking poles useless because you can't swing them out to the sides at all. So honestly, hiking with a phone is almost the same as hiking without, because I can barely use the poles. There we go. Oh, looks like we're getting back in the forest, so looks like I'll get a little break from all the willows. Not a lot of views yet, but I mean, this guy's obviously familiar, but this whole red part here is kind of new. You can't see it behind this thing from the campsite. And now come down level with what seems to be the river. Maybe it channels a little bit that way. I mean, it's just nice and calm now. I'm not talking about this. The river's on the other side there. This is just a little swamp. First break of the day. The only thing about today is I don't really have any landmarks to pull me along, you know. A lot of times there'll be crossings, warden cabins, campgrounds, you know, trail junctions, something that I can just, okay, next. Not today. Hoodoo Patrol cabin is the only thing that they talk about. 8.7 kilometers down the road, so the books don't really talk about this section. Don Beer's book talks about a problematic bridge, so I guess I can look for that, but I don't know how far it is, so it's hard to make a landmark out of something when you don't know where it is. I still have to send a shout out to the parks. I know the horse outfitters do a lot of work, but I think this section all the way out to Smoky River, Fargo Lake, I think this is really just the parks, and they do it based on what I've seen in the register. They come through once a year, so at least there's that. I'm glad that there's not so many cutbacks that they can at least come do one clear trail clearing trip a year. Wow, this is such a wicked spot right here. I could have kept walking, but you know, until I took another break, but I mean, you have to stop here. I gotta give a shout out to whoever built this little section of trail. Rocks, trail. Like, how did you push some of these monsters out of the way? And then more rocks. Frankly, I'm surprised it just doesn't go down there. But yeah, this must have been some project. I was just hanging out, having a break, of course, up there. And I just kind of noticed out of the corner of my eye. Hello. I'm not touching that. That is, I want to leave that intact. I won't learn anything by picking it up and spinning it around anyway. Who knows what can it is. I guess this wouldn't have been a bad spot to camp. Otherwise, you know, probably someone buried this thing. Wow. Start looking around again and hello. What are you? What is that? What are you? This has got to be old as the hills since I have no clue what this is. Is that the, I think that's like a can opener. So you jam it into the top and then you can eat whatever's inside, sardines or something. Huh. Cool. I'm putting it right back where it was for the next guy to find. Because that's pretty neat, man. I think this might be the first time I've seen any kind of break in the trail. A horse trail usually means there's like crossings of water and stuff. Hikers usually have to climb up a ridge to get around something. And maybe the horses are led down there too because they need to drink. I don't know. Anyway, I'm certainly not going to do both. I'm just going to do the hiker one. So the horses definitely go down and cross that guy. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Well, that only lasted like 100 meters. Got one of those again. I have every 3 or 4 I see one. That one says 49. Personally, I think it's kilometers from Rock Lake, but I think it's actually a little bit off. I think it's about 3-4 kilometers short. Anyway, this is the first water I've seen in quite a while, actually. So I'm gonna go I think I'm gonna do a proper getting my knees and my feet into the water. Well, the horse and hiker trail broke off again, and this time it's real because I haven't seen it rejoin for a while. Nice 2009 bridge. Still doing its thing, still holding up a 180 to 190 pound hiker with his, oh, probably just under 50 pound pack now, so still doing his business. And there you go. That's probably 300 or 400 meters. When you got a crossing like that, that bridge can't handle horses, so the hikers are sent over to a bridge that goes across a narrow part of the water so that the bridge doesn't have to be as long, and the horses are sent to a part that's wide so that the water isn't as deep when they cross. And between the trees I get little views of this guy every so often. This has become a forest walk with some slight ups and downs, not too major. Been hiking through the woods for a while. So, when it came down to the Snake Indian, I got to take the opportunity. Trail is actually over there. You see my bag. I think the glacier is up in here somewhere. I'm coming around the corner, you know. Today it's south, west, and then west, and then kind of northwest. And then I start heading north up over Snake Indian Pass. Sure, you probably noticed, I love backcountry bridges. Can't even see the year anymore. Probably like 95 or something. They look pretty beat up and old. Still doing their job though. 01. You don't get views for the north, the right side of the trail very often, but yeah, gotta take advantage of this one. Well, I didn't have to go off trail. This is wicked right here. And I might as well wade by to that stuff because I'm going around the corner now and I don't think I'm gonna see it again. Get some sweet hiking right down by the river now. This is awesome. I'm fully expecting the warden cabin to be the next 2 or 3 kilometers. I made a mistake on my math. It's actually 8.2 for all the difference that makes, but yeah. Well, that was sudden. I'm walking along and then it's like, oh my God. And then, oh yeah, one of these really neat little hiker signs. And then I just have the blinders on, right? And I remember that the unmarked intersection to the left, i.e. this one, is Hoodoo Patrol cabin. All right, just gotta dance around this water and then off we go. Okay then. This is an impressive sized cabin. This is actually in the historical register. Like, this is a historical building. I believe built 1928. Oh, look at the huge wasp basin there. Just huge. Cool. Here's another first. I don't think I've ever seen a cabin with a back door on it too. It's a big cabin, man. This thing is, yeah. Consider the piece of crap that 3 slides was. This is like 4 times the size. The tack shed / wood is double the size of 3 slides. Now this is the water access for the cabin. Even this close to the glacier and not far from the pass, Snake Indian River still doesn't really give out good water. You would think straight out of a glacier, but I mean, I have seen water come out of a glacier and be just white silt. right? It has happened that on my Riot Valley to Geraldine Valley backpack, I'm out of La Pensée Glacier. It was just white silt. It was strange. You know, usually it's just clear as a bell. Anyway, Snake Indian seems to be another one of those. This is actually not the most amazing view, considering that it's a warden cabin. Usually they have just sick views, but still pretty good. So, making use of the basin. I'm gonna have a nice lunch here. You know, I'm sitting in the shade. Back support is a rare thing, so I mean, instead of sitting on the step over there, which isn't very high anyway, I'd rather just sit my butt on the ground than have back support up in here. So, well, I had my soup. I lied down on this wood and had a little nap. Only in the back country do you think just lying down flat on wood is a good place for a nap. I've even hung up my tent. It hasn't gotten, you know, that wet. It's rained a couple of times in the night, but yeah, you know, thought I'd get it taken care of. I got my boots off. I've unraveled quite a bit here, so gotta get myself going. I got 4.5 kilometers to go till Oatmeal. So just so you're aware, there's actually 2 ways in and out of the cabin. In the book, it says that after this cabin, you begin climbing up Snake Indian Pass. So, see what happens. I don't believe there's a whole lot of climb up to Oatmeal, but maybe a bit. Nice. If there's anything I know about walking along Snake Indian River, it's that when you actually see the river, you better enjoy it. There's the trail. There's clearly a waterfall down here. If this was a day hike, I would definitely go down there. Well, it's a little steep, but it's not a day hike. It is, you know, kilometer 64 out of 150 something. So, well, there's no question this climbing has started. It's not drastic, but at this point in the game, it is definitely qualifies as a climb with a big backpack, and it's late in the day, and yeah. Well, mercifully, it has leveled off for a bit. It is official now. Climbing up that hill and around the water. By the waterfall, it's slowly turned, and now heading north. The occasional views of mountains and, you know, the glacier, but, you know, it's all just kind of through trees and stuff. Well, I heard it, so I came and checked it out, and just as I came up, something spotted me and scampered up. And I don't know if it was a badger or a wolverine, but it was, yeah, it wasn't a marmot. It was definitely much bigger than that. Cool. Anyway, make sure I'm not going to slip here. There we go, falls out in the middle of nowhere. Not bad at all. You just barely see my poles up there, so it's a little bit off the trail. I'm paranoid about stuff now, so I don't want to leave my bag. Otherwise, I'd take my break down there, but I think up here I'll just sit down for a bit. I think I can all pretty much make it official. I'm not turning back. I pretty much decided at Blue Creek I wasn't turning back. I'm about 65 kilometers along now on this trail, another kilometer to Oatmeal. If I went back now, I'd be doing 130 kilometers. The trail is 154. So, yeah. Tomorrow, I'm heading over the pass, and that's roughly the halfway point. It's like within a kilometer or two of the halfway point. So, yeah, officially, it will be shorter to keep going than it will be to go back. I'm amazed at how strong this river still is. It just doesn't stop. Still a really cool river. I love it. There's been 20 little crossings. I don't know why this one. 2001. You can bet that this guy ain't getting replaced. All right. Look at the size of this big old sign. I love it. Oh, always nice to be done for the day. I don't know if it's just that us crazies that come way the hell out here are different, or it's just that there's a lot less traffic. Bird poop, sweet. But there's no names. There's never names. You go to like some of the more, well, that's something, I guess. You go to more of the more popular ones with like picnic tables, and people carve their names all over them. This is nice views. Not as nice as 3 Slides, but pretty nice. Geez, I walked around all that crap. And there's a bear hang. I am genuinely happy to see one. Oh, there's an old one. It's kind of neat. So over there, there's kind of an eating area, but then in here we got something else. Actually looks cooler. Yeah, not bad. I think I like it better here. Not bad at all. Oh, everything's over there. It took me a while to spot this guy. I was kind of looking all around in here. Ah, yeah. Green Throne. And I'm shocked, but there's all kinds of chopped up wood over here. You know, here's a stump. There's a big pile of it over there. I guess no one's interested, or they're just too big of pieces. It's almost impossible to get a fire big enough to... Oh my God, this is like an old encampment. Yes. This is recent. Someone put up a friggin' tarp or something. Look at all this. Look at all these. I guess no one had an axe. Usually horses take care of... Horsemen take care of this. Huh. Cool. So I can't believe this. I found this hanging out just here. It has got a bunch of weed in it. Someone is going to be very upset that this got left behind. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Ah, smells good. I don't smoke up. I mean, I can't really for my career anyway. But I don't even have any papers right now. But should I bring this with me? I know people who'd like it. Oh my God. The absolute horror that must have happened when they realized that they forgot this. Oh, my good luck with weather is probably coming to an end. Oh, I scramble to get my tent set up. I already got my feet and my knees in the water. And try to get as much done before something comes in, if it does come in. Still lucky with weather. No rain, no nothing. I got all my chores done. It takes quite a while sometimes. It's 8:45. I'm already hitting the sack. I have an ambitious day tomorrow. I mean, my schedule is Bing tomorrow and then Twin Tree the next day. And I'm actually kind of have the ambition of doing both. So if I do, I can take a day off at Twin Tree and I'm actually still on my ambitious schedule. So I have an ambitious schedule, you know, that, I mean, if you watch the plan, I don't even want to say it out loud, right? I just don't. I laid it out in like this other video, and yeah, if I manage to get both of those done, that's 2 days worth of walking, so I can take a day off at Twin Tree, which I sorely need, all right? Especially if I do 23 kilometers tomorrow. So yeah, that means I want to get a damned early start. So, oh man, so much beard. Sorry guys, I'm gonna be this unshaven scruff now for the next week. Anyway, good night.